Here were a lot of strawberry farms. Yamamoto Town, Miyagi Prefecture. The town was devastated by several big tsunamis. Greenhouses were destroyed, and the farms were covered by debris and mud. And strawberry seedlings were all washed away.
いやー、涙も出なかったですね。どうしたらいいか、これからどうしたらいいかなと思って、もう唖然として呆然と眺めていただきですね。最初は諦めたんですよね。もう一文作りやめようかなと思ったんですけど。
Everything, even dreams and hope, were washed away with the strawberry farm. Many YMCA volunteers helped the strawberry farm to remove the debris and mud. They also rebuilt the greenhouses. The farmers were encouraged by the YMCA volunteers. Even though everything was gone, their future is still here. Finally, they were determined to rebuild the strawberry farm.
誰が最初やれば後続いてくれと思ったのね。
そうなってくるとやっぱりこういうボランティアの手って、
助かります。全部ね、ボランティアさんの方々がこうヘドロの撤去とかねやってくれたんですよね。全国の YMCA 家族だけではどうしようもないですよね。
Yamamoto Town, also known as the Strawberry Town, made a big step towards rehabilitation. Volunteers came from all over Japan and from overseas. After a year since the disaster, strawberries were harvested. It was a light of hope towards the future.
とても美味しい。
Very good.
March 11th, 2011. A 9.0 earthquake shook Japan, followed by severe aftershocks and deadly tsunamis. We will never forget that day. Entire communities were destroyed, and deep sorrow and devastation pained the lives of thousands of people. The YMCAs in affected areas started working for the communities immediately. Sendai YMCA turned into an evacuation center immediately after the disaster. The infrastructure was damaged, and there wasn't enough food. The information was unclear. The YMCA staff were also disaster affected, but worked selflessly to care for their local people without sleep or rest. In the extreme situation, the staff received great kindness and warm-hearted appreciation from the disaster-affected people.
ここに避難されてきた方が毛布を持ってきてくれたり、うちに食料まだあるからとか、燃料があるからとか、たくさんこう持ち寄ってきていただいたんですね。やはりそこで助け合いというのは間違いなく、ありました。感じました。
Supported by the local people, the YMCA staff were able to continue working for the community. The Morioka YMCA started working in Miyako City, on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. They set up their base at Miyako Church, the United Church of Christ in Japan. The church was also affected by the tsunami. The building was safe, but there was a lot of mud inside. The staff removed the mud and they brought sleeping bags there to work with the members of Miyako Church. Thanks to the many mountaineers and specialized volunteers who were trained in survival techniques, the YMCA was able to start relief work despite not having electricity and a fresh water supply.
宮古市役所のすぐ裏の路地1本入ったところです。
The city was totally destroyed by the tsunami. The YMCA support activities worked side by side with the disaster-affected people. Removing the mud, cleaning the houses, searching for valuables and keepsakes. The work was done with conversation between the local people and the YMCA volunteers.
お手伝いするというその物理的な部分だけではなくて、やっぱりコミュニケーションというかお話の相手をさせていただくという部分も大きいと思いますね。やっぱお手伝いしてて。
At the crossing where the traffic lights were out, the volunteers and staff greeted the local people. The activity made the local children happy. Support from all over Japan reached out to the disaster-affected communities. The Wise Men's Clubs called for action provided many supplies to be sent to the affected areas. Just a few days after the disaster, many people, including children, started fundraising. Also, many staff and youth volunteers in YMCAs all over Japan went to help the disaster-affected people. Supplies and messages were delivered to Japan from overseas. This encouraged the affected communities. The YMCA staff spread cheer and support to the local people too. As the time passed, the affected areas started to rehabilitate. However, there are a lot of people with sorrow and confusion. Those who lost the familiar places, those who lost their families. These are the people whose time now stands still. The YMCAs took a grassroots approach to be with the people to comprehend their sorrow.
やっぱりね、深く付き合えば付き合うほど辛いことの方が聞かせていただくお話は増えていくよね。その津波にあった時のお話だとか、その時に、家だとかご家族亡くされた時の話なんかはやっぱり初対面ではね、当たり前ですけど出ないんで、
By listening to what the disaster-affected people say, there is much we can do to make a difference. The Sendai YMCA staff found out that there were children who had many restrictions at the evacuation centers when they delivered relief supplies. The children are the pupils of Nobiru Elementary School Higashi Matsushima City in Miyagi Prefecture. The disaster, the loss of family and friends, and life at the evacuation centers made the children feel nervous and stressed. We wanted to cheer the children up. In hopes to do so, YMCA started Ganbaro Nobiru Ko for the children in Nobiru to help them find security and happiness during the stressful time. Day camps, craft programs for the children and parents, study sessions, and recreation activities have been held regularly.
大きい地震でいろいろ家族とか犠牲出たのもいるんで、子どもたちにとっていろいろ思うとこも子どもたちもあるんですけども、やっぱそういうところで破産できる場を設けてもらえるんで、随分助かるところはありますね。
1年前よりもやっぱり笑顔が戻ってきてるかなという思いもあるので、子どもたちが少しずつやっぱ子どもたち自身も回復してきてるかなっていう思いは、ありますね。
The support activity continued after all of the evacuation centers closed. Even after more than a year, the YMCAs are continuing to support the children.
15年、20年経った時にあの子たちが復興の大きな大きな担い手となってくれることを信じて、続けていかなくちゃいけないなというふうには感じています。
Morioka YMCA volunteers and specialized mountaineers have also been keeping good relations with the people. After the local people moved into the temporary homes, various events have been continued.
炊き出しそのものが、コミュニケーションのための一つのツールという形で、変わってきていると思うんですよね。ですのでそういった意味で今引きこもりがちな方に一人でも多く出てきていただいて、まずは本当に食べに来ていただくだけでもいいと思いますので、一人でも多くの方に召し上がっていただきたいというふうに思っております。
The relationship between the YMCA and the people in temporary homes has grown deeply. The YMCA staff and volunteers were invited to participate in the annual sports festival at the elementary school.
やっぱり地域の方たちに加えて、そういう応援してくださる方たちがね、たくさんいらっしゃるんだよということを、やっぱ子どもたちもすごく感じていると思います。
Due to the accident at the nuclear power station, some of the children are not allowed to play outside. Then, Mitsubishi Corporation YMCA Friendship Camp began to provide opportunities for the children to play outside in a safe environment. Various programs are held regularly at the YMCA camps in Japan. The cooperation with other companies and entities allow us to do many public services. These are the children who participated in the YMCA programs. We are positive they can rebuild their hometowns. In addition to the children, the elderly have faced extreme hardships as well. Their homes were washed away, so they had to move into temporary houses in new locations. Some elder people keep staying at their homes without contacting their neighborhood. YMCA Singing Club is one of the programs for the elderly people. Many elderly people gather to sing songs like children's rhymes and Japanese oldies from the 1920s to 1980s.
そうですね、やっぱり11月に来た時は皆さんマイク向けても黙ってって下向いて本当口を開かれなかったんです。で私たちが座って目線になってもう顔を覗き込んで手を触ってそしたらだんだんにこう心が通い合って口ずさんでくれるようになったんですね。
ボランティアの方とかね支援してくださる方がいっぱい来てくださるから思い切りね遊ばせてもらってやっぱりボランティアの皆さんのおかげだと思います。いつも涙
Okawa Elementary School, Ishinomaki City. 108 pupils were in the midst of evacuating the school grounds when they were hit by the tsunami. 70 pupils lost their lives, and 4 are still missing. Most of the teachers also lost their lives. The school ground was where the children used to play, but there is no one. Only the sound of wind is heard. We may not be able to understand their sorrow fully, but we can keep the people who are still depressed in our mind.
In the United States, I think our media, we have a very short attention span to world events. So the tsunami and earthquake happened here over a year ago, but I don't think most Americans have an idea of the size, the amount of devastation, and how much it affected both, communities along the coast, but how far along the coast, how long it will take to rebuild. And so I think bringing international people here also, we become ambassadors. We bring the stories back with us to say, no, you have no idea. It's going to take a long time. They still need our help. And it fosters more volunteer, more giving from the United States to continue to do that.
YMCAs in Japan and YMCAs in the world are always with the people in the affected areas.
I pray for you. てますあなたのため